Who is in the race for U.S. Congress in California's 10th District? That's what I'm going to tell you today on 86 Days to Super Tuesday. As you can see, I've been out and about already. My daughter had her winter dance recital this morning, so I watched the first show and then did props for the second show. So I'm trying to do this in between because she now has a belated birthday party thing that I've got to go get her and her friends and get her to. So today, because the deadlines have officially passed to enter the race for U.S. House in California, I'm going to go through all of the candidates. And as far as I can tell, there are 7, but possibly an 8th who may have just filed, but I can't really find any information on him yet, and I'm not certain about that, so I will go through all of the candidates, starting from the top down on the FEC's website. So let's take a look at my screen. And on the FEC's website, of course, the very first one on the list was Mark Desaulnier. He is the Democrat incumbent. He has been in there for 5 terms, is going for a 6th term. And if you check out his campaign website, it is desaulnierforcongress.com. And it looks like he did announce on here that on April 10th, 2023, that he was going to run for another term. Other than that, he hasn't updated too much, I think, since he ran in 2022, so I expect that that will be updated relatively soon. But you can click to some of the different pages on his website and look at issues and see where he stands on things. Actually, not too much on this, but he also has his main congressional page, which is desaulnier.house.gov. And on here, you can learn more about him, more about the district, legislation, and go through a whole bunch of press releases and see what he's been up to in Congress for the last 10 years and see where he stands on issues. So this is his official congressional campaign website. And I won't say too much about him because he's been the rep for a long time and there's plenty of information that you can look up. The next person on the list on the FEC website was Nolan Chen, and he's running as a Republican. And when I put Nolan Chen Congress into Google, his website, Nolan for Congress, is listed, but the problem is that when I click on it, nothing happens. The website seems to be offline or broken. And one time it did get through to something that had a bunch of videos, but it looked like something unrelated on his YouTube page where he just talks about, different things. So anyway, his website appears to be down. If it comes back up, I'll try it again later today. Then I'll add a little section onto this and show you who he is. But you can bring him up. Let me pause this. He has a LinkedIn profile, so this is him. Looks like he's a solutions architect at Amazon. And I mean, other than his work profession, that's about all you can find about him here. The next candidate on the list was another Republican, Musa Jalis. And he has a pretty bare bones page. Not much on here. It says, I will strengthen our economy by lowering taxes for all families. I will protect our communities by improving public safety in our cities. I will make peace by resolving the conflicts that we face. And it appears that a long time ago, he did have some kind of a town hall event back on July 29th. He has an email here that you can email him at. But other than that, there's not much on his website. And that's it. So maybe he'll be putting more information up soon. But other than that, I can't really tell what he's about. The next candidate on the list was Michael Kerr, and he ran in 2020 and in 2022, and he's under the Green Party. And this is him on this side right here in the red shirt. And he actually has an extensive amount of information on his website. He's been blogging for a very long time. It looks like since somewhere around 2019. So he has tons of information on his website about what he stands for. He's been updating it recently with sort of government censorship and what they're not telling you about 9/11, COVID-19, climate, Palestine, Israel, Ukraine, Russia, whistleblowers and censorship. And then he has a whole bunch of articles that he's written previously on his blog, including for the last election. So if you click into one of these, it goes to his Progressive Issues blog. And there's a lot of content up here. So if you really want to understand Michael's positions, more than any other candidate in the race, you can see exactly where he stands on pretty much everything. I've scrolled through some of it and clicked on some of it. You can see that he goes back all the way to December 2019. It appears that's when he began posting, and that was probably just prior to his 2020 run for Congress. So that's his website, progressiveissuesblog.com or Kerr2020.com. This was his 2020 website. I couldn't find an updated one for 2022 or 2024, so I think he's just continuing to build on this one because obviously the Ukraine-Russia conflict and the Palestine-Israel conflict are more recent than 2020, as is COVID. So that is Michael Kerr, the Green Party candidate. Next one on the list is Katherine Piccinini. She definitely has the nicest picture at the top of her page. And she has a statement from her about what she represents and what she's trying to do. And if you keep scrolling down, she has quite a few photo galleries, and you can click through and kind of see what she's about. She's also running as a Republican, so strong pro-life candidate. Just some random, like quotes, a picture of the district, and some pictures. I guess they were protesting on the Lafayette Bridge, Trump 2020. Some quotes here, picture of all of the lost lives of our troops, which is on the side of the freeway outside of Lafayette. Another one, if you go down, she has a little endorsements thing where she has George Papadopoulos. This was in May of 2023. She has a picture of Donald Trump, but then below says, just kidding, maybe someday. And then she was actually a write-in candidate in 2022, so she wasn't one of the two that was listed on the ballot. That was Mark Desaulnier and Michael Kerr, but she had 1,638 write-in voters on the 2022 ballot. And then just a few other people who have apparently endorsed her in the past, and they appear to be primarily like Republican organization type people, or Republicans currently holding office. Scroll down a little bit further, another photo gallery showing a few more pictures of her. Little slide of what she stands for. I'll bring people together to solve our problems. I'll write laws to prevent gender grooming and gender surgeries and to recriminalize theft and vandalism. It's time to bring truth to the surface. America's done with lies and hypocrisy, and so on. And a few more pictures with the Contra Costa County chapter of California Republican Assembly. And one more slideshow, I believe, down here. Just a few more pictures of her being out and about, doing different things, maybe different protests, standing in different places. And then at the very bottom, she has a little flyer with a few more details of what she's standing for. So protect parents' rights, no compromise, secure the border, stop drug and sex trafficking, support Second Amendment, support voter ID, paper ballots, and same-day voting, provide safe food and water, maintain parental medical freedom, stop lockdowns and mask mandates, stop mandatory vaccines, control our financial future, traditional academic curriculum, stop the Sacramento perverse legislation from spreading, protect female privacy and fairness in sports, enforce biological competition, leave our children alone, stop mutilating and grooming. And that's it for her website. Okay. And then the next candidate on the list, well, I'm putting myself at the end. It was actually me, but the next candidate was Mohamed Elsharbini, and he is also running as a no party affiliation or an independent candidate. And he has a picture of the equal justice under law outside the U.S. Supreme Court. Serving the community. He says he's been part of the community for many years, working to make it a better place. He knows the value of being connected. That's why he's running for this position. Your candidate can't win this race without your help. Flyering, word of mouth, donating are all ways of helping us achieve our goals. Some more pictures of, I don't know, justice, lecterns, then donation link, and then at the bottom of it is his picture, and I guess you can email him, drop him a line. So I believe this is Mohamed, or he calls himself Mr. Mohammad Elshebini for US Congress. And then to get involved, sign up for his newsletter. And that's all that's up so far. I'm sure he'll put more up as the race goes on. And then, not on the FEC's website yet, but is on this Ballotpedia website, is Kelvin Nuan. And it's possible that he just registered recently and the FEC website hasn't been updated yet. But it says he's running as a Democrat candidate, so he would be the second Democrat in the race in addition to the incumbent. And I wasn't able to find really anything about him, because when I click on to this link over here, which goes to his campaign website, it says that it's not safe. And then when I try it on Google Chrome, it's just a part domain, nuyanforcongress.com. So he hasn't officially put anything up yet. And it's possible that he just recently joined, so can't really find any more information about him. And then you of course have my website, which is independentjoe.com. If you just type in Joe Sweeney into Google, there's actually a lot of different results because Sweeney is a pretty popular last name. But if you type in Independent Joe or Independent Joe Sweeney, then you get this website comes up first. You get the Instagram page, you get the Twitter page, you get the YouTube page, and I believe the TikTok page also show up there in the search results. So at the top of my page, I have my launch speech, which is where I spend about 8 minutes in several different places across the district talking about why I'm running and what I stand for. And then I show you a picture of California's 10th. I've got linked on here the series that I'm doing right now, the 99 Days to Super Tuesday. And I've also been keeping up with posting the other videos that I put up. So I have a couple of campaign trailers. These were put out in the couple of weeks leading up to the campaign. I have the shorts that I've been posting on Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. And then a couple of the Independent Joe Show introduction videos. And I'll be putting more up here, including the street interviews and the sit-down interviews as I create those. And then just going back, I have a few links. I need to add the other social links up here. I'm sending out a weekly email. If you haven't signed up for that, I would recommend it, because in it I include updates on what I'm doing in the campaign, and I also include all of the content that has been posted since the last newsletter, so over the past week. And then my main campaign trailer down here at the very bottom of the website. So that's everyone who has entered the race for the U.S. House of Representatives here in California's 10th Congressional District so far. If there are any major updates or I get any information about anyone else who entered the race, I will of course update you. I will talk to you later.